So hi there at Wishbook. I'm Pratik Agarwal, US reviewing the Wishbook app. Let me erase the memory first so that it starts as it is starting the first time. So let us go to our app. The loading time is quite okay, but I think it can be optimized for an input field of just a mobile number. Let me log in. I would disallow that because I want to ask why there are two options of signing in with a password and an OTP. Why as a user I just always have to enter the OTP into it. I generally don't give permissions to my messaging to any app, at least not for the first time I'm installing them. So here I think we have a first point that we should give a password and a mobile number at the login screen, at the very first prompt screen, and then we should verify the number with the OTP. Just for the verification we should use the OTP rather than using a password and an OTP both at the login screen. And let us go ahead with the password. Okay, so it prompts for the selecting a language. Second point here is I've used both the English version and the Hindi version of the app, and I didn't find any major changes in the Hindi version of the app rather than in the English version of the app. Maybe two phrases I have found different that are more written in English, or maybe some English and some Hindi including it, and there are just two sentences that are changed in the Hindi version, not much different than English version. But I think that's a good feature for the app like this, where the manufacturers, resellers and brokers are the users, and they are all spread through India, and they all live in different states or different languages, and they will take it as their own app when they will be using the language. That's a critical UX part in it. I think that can very much benefit the app. So let us choose English and proceed. So there's a boarding is quite okay. Get started. The location, no. I don't need any for now. So yeah, categories, my third point. Why are categories in just a text tab where I can find these? Moreover, these categories should be well defined, architectured in the side navigation with all the details with every category type. As we can see, there are many different categories we already have on the board, so we can create a better architecture for the side navigation too. That's my fourth point. I am here seeing the side navigation too much cluttered with various tabs that are much not needed, or maybe converted into just one tab, and we can easily minimize the side navigation. My fifth point is this chat floating icon. I don't know why you people keep it in the left, but it should be on the right. One thing, it is in the left, and in the big screen like that, when I know the all things are here in this side navigation, I will never see it. I have never seen it while I'm using it in my previous session for 2 times at least. I discovered it in the third time, and that I found is a major UX issue. The floating button should be on the right so that it should be seen. And moreover, the 7th point that arises is when this chat icon is already present for the support chat, why we are having it in the side navigation bar here. So let us go for the 8th point, the stories. The lovely, actually this concept of giving stories, I actually very much like that. Maybe I don't see it as a copy of any other app, but it's actually useful in here. We can use these stories in many other ways to boom the business point. And moreover, this Wishbook story should be on the top over this banner, so that the first thing users see would be the story. There's a reason why stories are at the very top of any app header, because the app owner wants them to see them the first when the user logs in, because at the home page you see it from the top to the bottom. And then when we are using stories at the top, we are just introducing people with the brands and making them familiar with those brands, and that would be a good marketing opportunity too. Moving on to our 8th point, the category architecture. So I have discussed that, I suppose. Homepage architecture. Yeah, so while talking about the homepage architecture, there's nothing bad in it. It visually looks too good. It's just a thing I would like to point out. Maybe that's a developer's mistake. So while scrolling down, I found this option, non-catalogs, and then it just hit me. What does it mean? To fill my curiosity, I clicked on it and reached this landing page. And to my irony, this is a product page. Moreover, I just switched the tabs and I don't know that. Moreover, when I see at the upper top header, just the first thing I see is catalog, while I clicked on the non-catalog icon, and don't know why this huge mistake is there. Moreover, when I clicked on the bottom part of it and the see all button, I found this goes on with the non-catalog. Okay, by a user, I don't know what non-catalog means. Maybe this is a term for you people. Non-catalog for me is the pieces that should be just photographed or not professionally cataloged to see for a manufacturer or a retailer. So when I clicked on it, I saw the catalog. I don't know why it is non-catalog then, and it's just a confusing point for me till now. Move on to my 9th point. City selection input field, that would be at the home. Let me go back. Why it isn't working? Okay, here in the profile option there is a select city option, and it is a scrollable option. Why? I don't know. Maybe there are not all the cities in it yet, and if there are, how are you so sure you can ever have any place in the city mode added, and you just not want your user to just scroll down to see where his city is? So here this should be typable. The field should be typable. Another thing here in this page is the text size. The text size of the input fields are not equal. Moreover, the spaces between the icon and the text in both the input fields are not equal. That makes a UI imbalanced. And this is my 10th point. Moving on to my 11th point. Yeah, query. While searching down the product, I've landed to this page. This is a product page, I suppose. And then 11th point, that is under the inquiry option, is there I discovered 2 buttons below: send inquiry and add to cart. When I click on the send inquiry, it wants me to enter few details to what my query relate to. I don't know why it just contains fabric and materials or display and delivery, and why it is entering into the sets. Even if I want a query of fabric or materials and dispatch or delivery, if I want a query about one set, or if I am already using it and know it would be dealing in the sets, why it is asking for the sets, and if it is for the one piece, if it isn't for the one piece, then what does this quantity actually mean? Moreover, it just erases sets after I type it. So that's my 12th point. The set should be permanent there if you want to show it. Moreover, after selecting the inquiry, selecting the fabric, material, dispatch, delivery, both, send, and there's an inquiry, there's a chat started, and I don't know chat started. I don't get to know as a user if there is any intimation have gone to the manufacturer, if I have inquired something, he can respond me back or not. That's my 13 point. 14 point is it just have a refresh button here, and there is no delete. However, wherever in the app when I can delete this query, and it still shows in the there's one previous inquiry I've first discovered. Moreover, in this inquiry I cannot delete them. I don't know why, and they just show open inquiry, and that when I click it, it goes with the chat page, the 14th issue, and that's very mind taking. Again, let us move to our 14th point. The 14th point is about the query page again. So when I am on the query, this was my query page, and I have clicked this more option. I just have a refresh option here. As a user, I would like to see supplier details, and every other detail about a supplier may be provided in this more option I am having while I am having a chat with my supplier. So there could be various options like like service rating, location of the supplier, manufacturer details, everything like that. So we can fill it with the important details, that more option. Either we will completely remove it, or will it, because we already have a refresh here. I don't know if the places are just filled. Okay, let us move to our 14th point. While on the product page, because we are on the product page yet, so while on the product page, when I wishlist an item, it adds 3 and it doesn't give any intimation to me here that is added or not. 15th point, when I go on the wishlist page, there is no layout change icon. I just have to see all my wish lists in a big frame, and add a screen like 19:9, and I can just see 2 images, like 2 items in my wish list, and I don't know why. I have purchased an 19:9 screen phone for to see just 2 options. At least I must see 3 at least from the general phones. That's okay, but there is no basically button here. That's my 15th point. The 16th point about the wishlist page is there is no direct option to delete a wishlist, or I think I haven't find any till I just unwishlist it from here. Why not you people given this option here? It will be pretty easy, or maybe long press could be given after when the images should be small, of course, because it doesn't actually, it seems like a one frame. There is no shadow in it too, so that it differentiates the 2 things. Moreover, the first item doesn't have any white space over it. That's my 16th point. 17th point would lie in the filter option. While on VR, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't crash. That's great. Okay, while we are on the product page and I have used filter, there's a whole lot of filter categories on here, and after choosing this, I've seen this here. Now I'm confused if it is sarees, if it is category, and then it says sarees and what, because categories, there's a whole concept of categories that is not working with this app. I don't know, because in categories we must have various things. It's just a saree type or a garment type, I suppose. Moreover, the category should be much more like non-catalogs, catalogs, whatever the categories on the home page should be reflected here, so that the person can understand and can relate to. 18th point. So when I move to every other tab, when I see style, there's a radio button out here. Why? There should also be a checkbox like work here, because if I want to buy a Lucknowi sari too and a Jaipuri sari too, why not I can't have both why can't I select both the options? Moreover, with the price, this input field is all not necessary. The price can be 2 input fields, minimum, maximum, or you can give either a slider to it. upper ray slider would be great. I don't see it anywhere in the apps, and upper slider would look very much good to it. That's not a problem, but this checkboxes are actually seems like one problem. The 19 point, actually the filter UI is too clean. I like it, but it's too plain. Moreover, because maybe of the big screen, 19:9 screen, maybe the apply button here is hidden by my eyes. I've discovered it in the 4th to 5th. No, I discovered it when I made a mistake of already selecting some categories and already filtering out things, and then I forgot to apply them because it doesn't. I can't see that button there at that moment, and when I go back and it doesn't show me anything, it just shows my filter. I can't understand what my filter is because I didn't discover that bar. After that I saw the save filter, and that is also hidden with the bar, and I can't understand why that save filter button is doing that. So that save filter option could be given in this page more accordingly, so that it could be understood by the user that this whole filtering he's doing can be saved as a another usage filter. Again, there are mini filters right there. That's my 19 point. The mini filters are quite relatable if I see from the category version. Moreover, I didn't selected any, still it is showing everything. Why? If there is no filter, that's okay. If I have choose any filter, why it just shows everything? Let me select kurti and apply, and I don't know why it is still showing everything. What's the point then? At least these should be used as a Pinterest option, like when we search unboxing, when we search unboxing, Christmas, gifts, and they are hashtags. So these should be used as hashtags there, so that we can just, if I selected 4 categories in here, why can't I select? Why is there a radio button? I want to select many categories. Why not? I can't select. That's okay. So this could be work like that. And when I see sarees, I suppose the mini subcategory is the brand or just a label you have given it, but it doesn't seems to me as a label till I see saree here, because when I see sarees, I didn't relate to this tab because I have already selected the option sarees, and it is quite visible to me. And moreover, even if it goes side or whatever, I know because it's just a one thing tab, single tab. So I know what I have chosen, sarees or kurtis or whatever. So it should show brand or type or categories, so that I can understand what this subcategory mean. So these are my 20 points. Okay, let me add one more cherry on the top. Change password option. In the change password option, there is just 2 options: new password and repeating the new password. Rather than why isn't there any old password input button? Maybe you haven't put it compulsorily according to you, but I think that should be there, because anyone who is accessible to the app can change the password. Maybe it's a kid or whoever. So this is the compulsion option in the password field that should be given. So signing off my UX review. Sorry it gets too big. Signing off, my personal comments are the architecture of the whole app as per the basis of categories and everything else. A whole architecture of the app needs blending. Second, the content used in the app is not as understandable as it should be, so we can work on it greatly. Okay, thank you. Signing off, Pratik Agarwal.